Hey, welcome back. Business 150, Introduction to Management. And this is now our very last video in module number 2. And we finished up the content at the end of this video. At least we'll finish up the content from chapter 2 in the textbook. And as you can tell from this title slide, in this very last video of the module, we're looking at contemporary approaches to theory and thought on management. And at the end of this video, we hope that you will be able to summarize some of the current and contemporary knowledge and practices in management that we are grappling with today. So, what can we say? Well, as we entered the 21st century, we had a couple of folks who were continuing to think and write about management, which are very, very important to our developing thought. After all those historical theories, Peter Drucker began to write about several things, predicting the importance of knowledge workers, of the need to be focused on corporate social responsibility, which is all about not just making money, but the impact that an organization has in society, the environment, upon other human beings, those kinds of things, right? And so Peter Drucker really became sort of a prophet or a predictor of trends that would come and that we are grappling with even today in this very world that we try to manage and have organizations thrive in. He has proven to be a very wise thinker about some of the contemporary considerations we have to embrace and we have to figure out how to navigate through. Returning to the slide, Peter Senge, his theory of learning organizations suggested that the modern organization has to be in a deliberate, continual state of learning through continuous improvement and adaptation because the world continues to accelerate. Change happens faster and faster. We are confronted with things that we would never have imagined just a few years ago. And if the organization doesn't keep learning and growing and forcing itself to become the next best iteration and version of itself, it's going to stagnate and die because change in this world and the external environment only continues to accelerate. And so we can say this. Every major approach to management theory has added very significantly to our current knowledge about management, and the ideas of each of those approaches continue to change, and in some respects change the way that we think and act as managers. In other words, as a manager, you're constantly going to be learning and growing. You have to be constantly learning, growing, discovering new insights, trying to improve your own attitude and perspective and approach to how to best manage an organization in this changing world. And that your approaches will change from season to season as you learn more and as you get more insights into yourself, your organization, your people. We can see here then sort of in this timeline that started all the way back in the classical perspective to the behavioral, the quantitative, the systems, the contingency, more things like Theory Z and the excellence perspective, and now good writers like Senge and Stephen Covey and Peters, Porter, Michael Porter Collins, all these people who continue to reach new insights about how better to manage today's and tomorrow's organization. What can we say? Well, there's been a whole host of thoughts that continue to make an enormous impact upon us. Even the Dilbert cartoons and their commentary on modern life in a technical organization have had an impact on how we think about what it is that we're doing and is it necessary and how do we improve the organization. And we have to do this. Why? Because we live in a world that is unpredictable. We have an unpredictable economy. We have new challenges from globalization. We are confronted with ethical and social responsibility challenges in ways that we have never faced before. We have quality in the forefront of customers' minds. It is presumed that they will purchase very high quality, and that's the basis for how we compete with global competition and try to increase our productivity and lower our costs. We have here in the United States an overall shift from producing and manufacturing goods to moving more to be a service economy. And of course, now we confront a brand new role and impact of social media on every part of our society and life. And as managers of organizations, we have new challenges how to address the role and impact of social media in our work lives. All of these things are true. This is then the contemporary landscape of management. It's not for the meek. It's not for the weak of heart. It is challenging. It will force you to continually grow. You can never stop growing and learning. These are all the kinds of things that we hope that you'll keep in mind as we finish up this video, thinking about current and contemporary knowledge and practices in management. I would highly encourage you to study this material in the textbook, even as we think about the totality of what we've looked at in chapter 2 of the text. It is a moving target. It is a changing world, and we are always required to stay on the path of growing and forcing ourselves to learn and become better managers tomorrow than we were yesterday. It's a very tall challenge. I hope you're up for the task. I hope you've enjoyed module number 2. Now we look forward to module number 3. We'll see you in that next module.